the following problem that we have here is one of the problems of the review quiz, and I'm solving it in order to review before the little test we're going to have. This is one of the exercises that my class had problems solving. So in this case, to solve this subtraction, as we can see, we have the negative sign, so it's a subtraction of a rational function. What we are going to do is look at the denominators and see if we can factorize the denominators. In this case, I have x plus 5. I cannot factorize in this binomial. But in this case, this one, the right side, I have x squared plus 5x. I can do greatest common factor. So I have 7 over x plus 5 minus x plus 2. And then the greatest common factor is going to be x. We always choose the one with the least exponent. So I have x plus 5. And now what we're going to do is take a look at my denominators. What we want is to have the same denominator. So let's take a look at the denominator. So I have x plus 5, and here I have x plus 5. So what are we missing? In this side, we're missing x. So I'm going to add it, x. But if I do it in the denominator, I have to do it in the numerator. So I have 7x over x plus 5 minus x plus 2, x plus 5. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to subtract. The denominators are the same now. So in this case, I'm going to have x plus 5. Then I have 7x minus, and I'm going to put in parentheses x plus 2, because this negative is going to change the signs inside the parentheses. I have minus x plus 2, this expression. So I'm going to apply this triple property, negative and positive is negative, negative and positive is negative. So what I'm going to have is 7x minus x minus 2 over x plus 5. Let's simplify the numerator. So I have 7x minus x is equals to 6x minus 2 over x plus 5. Now, let's calculate the excluded values. Excluded values are when x is different than the number that makes 0 the denominator. So for example, if I have x, which number is going to make 0x? There is only one value. In this case is 0. Then what I have, x plus 5. How do I find the excluded value? I'm going to do it here. So I have x plus 5 equals to 0. So if we subtract both sides by 5, then I have x is equals to negative 5. So this is my excluded value. So x has to be different than negative 5. So this is different than negative 5. So that's problem number 3. So we move to problem number 4. Problem number 4 got a little bit more work. I need to factorize numerators and denominators. The method that you can choose is it depends on you. Some of my students been doing Xbox method. So in this case, if I use the Xbox method, for example, if I use for, let me say, 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. And if I use Xbox, I will have multiply the leading coefficient times the independent term. So 2 times 3 is 6. And then the middle term will go at the bottom part of the x. Then I need two numbers that multiply each other will give me 6. And if you add them, will give you 7. So I'm thinking 6 and 1. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. Now let's factorize. We're going to use grouping technique. So 2x squared plus 6x plus 1x. I'm going to write 1 plus 3. Then we are going to group the first two and the last two. So I have 2x squared plus 6x close parentheses. Then you separate those parentheses by a positive sign. Then you're going to have x plus 3 and close parentheses. Okay, the first parenthesis you can factorize by greatest common factor. I have 2x squared plus 6x. So the greatest common factor between 2 and 6 is 2. And then you have x squared and x is x. Open parentheses, so you have x in the first parenthesis. I was going to write 2. So this is x plus 3. And then the second one, you have x plus 3 is a prime binomial. So in this case, the greatest common factor is going to be 1. So I'm going to write 1 x plus 3. Why 1? It does not affect anything. X and 3, there is no common factor, only 1. So we're going to group 2x plus 1 and x plus 3. So here, let's write this expression. So I have 2x plus 1, x plus 3 over x minus 4 times, then I have x squared. I'm going to do it here. X squared minus 16 is the same as having x squared minus 4 squared. And if we factorize, it's a difference of the squares. As we can see, x squared minus 4 squared. So I have x plus 4, x minus 4. So the numerator will be x plus 4, x minus 4. Now the denominator, let me see if I have some space here. So I have x squared plus 8x plus 15. If you do x box, if you want, this case my leading coefficient is 1, so I only have 15, and the bottom is 8. So I need two numbers that multiply each other will give me 15, and if you add them will give me 8. So I'm thinking in 5 and 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 plus 3 is 8. So in this case, this factorization will be x plus 5. See, I'm just taking 5 and then x plus 3. I'm not doing grouping because in this case, the first one, the leading coefficient was 2, so we needed to do some grouping technique to get to the solution. Okay, so the denominator in this case will be x plus 5 and x plus 3. Now you can multiply if you want. I'm going to cancel the like terms. So in this case, I have x minus 4, then x plus 3. And what I have is 2x plus 1 times x plus 4 over x plus 5. Don't forget to calculate the excluded values, or when x is different than the number that will make 0 this expression. But I'm going to take a look into this expression here. So I have x minus 4. So which number will make me 0 this expression? It would be 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So I have 4. Then I have x plus 5. Which number will make me 0 this expression? It will be negative 5. You can even think as the opposite number. If you have x plus 5, so negative 5 will give you 0. For example, I have x plus 3, so which number will make it 0? It will be negative 3. And this will be my excluded values, and this will be your solution of the multiplication of the rational expression. I hope if you have any question, please leave a comment, and I will answer as soon as I can. Have a great day.